My name is Anne and I'm here with Alex and Matt, and we want to talk a bit about the Open University Law School Postgraduate Research Program. Matt, you're a supervisor, but you're also overseeing the postgraduate research program, or parts of it at least. Tell us a bit about the program and about your role.
Well, in 2 years we've gone from having no PhD students to having quite a good emerging group of PhD students, and part of my role is to kind of keep them together and build a research training program for them, which enables them to kind of just find their feet with the program, with the law school, and also kind of with each other's work. So that's where I'm kind of focusing a lot of my attention on the program at the moment.
So Alex, you've only recently joined us as a PhD student. How are you finding it?
Yeah, so it's only been a couple of months, so it still feels very fresh. It's really exciting, and I feel really grateful to be here and to study with the OU. And it's still sort of the mixture of you being really excited and enthusiastic, and then scared and terrified and worried that you're doing everything wrong. So it's really good to sort of dip into the training and be able to meet other students who either are in exactly the same boat as you at the same stage, or a bit further along down the line, and can sort of give you tips on what's coming up and what's normal to think and feel during the process. So,
why did you decide to come to us?
Yeah, so I was out of like the academic world for quite a few years, and it can be quite difficult sort of taking that leap from being in an office job and then back into university. And the OU just seemed really sort of nurturing, and like that was a really safe way of getting back into it. And also I was able to sort of draw on my experience in the charity sector and living with a chronic illness as well, and it seemed like a really good place to mould all those things into my project. So.
Matt, what are the sort of research areas that our PhD students work on? Are there set areas or clusters, or?
No, actually, that we've got applications and PhD students working on a whole host of things and a whole range of topics. We've got some working on criminal defences, we've got some working on death and dying, we've got some working on sort of the International Criminal Court, and then Alex here is working on welfare and the PIP assessment process. So we've got a huge range of students. That just makes for quite a nice community of them, because they can all feed off each other and kind of talk about their own research and engage each other on topics that you wouldn't necessarily otherwise have that exposure to. So it's...
Now let's imagine a potential PhD student watches this video. What would you say to them?
I'd stress that kind of community feel, actually, how having a small but kind of well-defined community of law PhD students who can kind of talk through problems with each other and talk through their ideas with each other, and kind of make it a much more collegiate and kind of collaborative exchange and endeavour for them, rather than just sort of squirreling themselves off to do their PhD by themselves. Actually, the OU is very good at that, and the students we have are all wonderful in that respect, and it makes a really nice community of them.
Mm-hmm. Alex, what would you tell them?
I think also, because it is a growing sort of group of students, you can really make an impact with your work. So whereas mine's sort of taking it in an interdisciplinary route, you really feel like you can make the most of that and really contribute to the department as much as you're working with, you know, longer term and further down in their career academics. So that's really cool. And just to reach out and talk to people, I think, because it's got to work for you. It's got to be that environment that you're going to make the best of it and that it suits you. And it just seems really adaptable, and that's the best thing about it.
To think that 20 years ago, teaching law at the Open University started with just one module, and now we have a full undergraduate qualification, the LLB, a postgraduate taught offering, and now recently started with our postgraduate research offering. It's just amazing. We're all very excited for the future.